Okay, if you're a student, you gotta listen up for a sec. We need to talk about this one shortcut, one that feels like a total lifesaver, but it might actually be secretly working against you.
No, I mean it. Stop scrolling. If you're someone who uses wet wipes every single day, you need to hear this. This is about your skin, your health, heck, even your wallet.
You know the drill, right? You use them to wipe your face after a long class, or maybe your whole body when you're just too wiped out to shower. It feels convenient, it feels fast, and man, it feels clean. But what if I told you that feeling of being clean is kind of a lie? Yet that super quick fix could be the reason your skin is getting more oily, more sensitive, or, breaking out. It's this hidden downside that no one ever really talks about. All right, so let's get into it. To really understand the problem here, we first have to admit why we love wet wipes so much in the first place, especially when you're living that crazy student life. I mean, let's be real, student life is a total pressure cooker. You've got these super long classes, maybe you're stuck in a hostel room, and you have like zero time and even less energy. So of course a wet wipe feels like the perfect shortcut, right? It's that quick clean when you're just trying to survive the day. And this is super important. This is not about you being lazy at all. It's just psychology. When you're totally stressed and burned out, your brain is hardwired to pick the easy way out. And there is absolutely no shame in that. Okay, so now that we get why we use them, let's talk about the hidden cost. That clean feeling, well, it's kind of hiding a much bigger problem that's happening right under the surface. So if you ever, bother to flip over the package and look at the ingredients, you'll find this whole cocktail of stuff your skin really, really doesn't like. I'm talking about things like drying alcohol, fragrances that can be super irritating, and a bunch of other harsh chemicals and preservatives. And all those things basically do one major, not so great thing. They strip away your skin's natural barrier. You can think of this barrier as like your skin's own personal bodyguard. It's this amazing protective layer that keeps all the good stuff in and all the bad stuff out, like the bacteria that causes acne, rashes, and even bad smells. And this is where it gets tricky. You get stuck in this vicious cycle. So you use a wipe, right? That damages your skin barrier. Then your skin kind of freaks out and overcompensates. Maybe it gets extra oily or super sensitive. And that makes you feel dirty again. So what do? You reach for another wipe. It's a loop that just makes the whole problem worse and worse. Okay, so what's the fix? The key here is finding a better way that's actually, realistic for a student. We are not talking about some crazy 10-step skincare routine here. Nope. We're talking simple 2-minute upgrades that totally respect your time and your skin. So try not to think of this as another chore. It's an upgrade, a big one. See, a face wipe, it pretty much just smears bacteria all over the place and strips your skin. But a proper rinse, that actually removes the bacteria without causing all that damage. It's such a small change in what you do, but it makes a huge, huge difference. And just look at how simple this can be. Seriously. In the morning, a quick splash of water, a bit of gentle face wash, boom, done. Afternoon, feeling sweaty, just pat it away with a clean towel instead of wiping. And at night, just a simple rinse. That's it. It lets your skin actually repair itself overnight. Each of these takes, less than 2 minutes? Okay, but let's be super clear about something. This is not some anti-wet wipe crusade. They're not evil. The whole point here is to stop thinking of them as something you need every day and start seeing them for what they really are, a tool for very specific situations. So when is it okay to use them? Well, when you're traveling, right? No easy access to a sink. Or in a real emergency, like you spill coffee all over yourself. Or maybe just once in a while after the gym if you are in a massive hurry. See, these are the exceptions, not the everyday rule. And I absolutely love this analogy because it just hits the nail on the head. Think about it. You wouldn't take painkillers for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, would you? Of course not. You use them when you absolutely need them for a specific problem. That's exactly how you should think about wet wipes. So here it is, the one simple rule to remember. When using a wet wipe is a daily habit, that's where the problem starts. But if you're just using them occasionally for the right reason, totally fine. It's all about the frequency. Let's zoom out for a minute here. Because honestly, this is about way more than just your skin. It's about the little messages you're sending to yourself every single day. Real self-care, it's not about having some perfect Instagram-worthy routine. Not at all. It's just about making small choices that show a little bit of respect for your body and your mind, especially when you're feeling exhausted and totally stressed out. So when you choose to take just 2 minutes to wash your face the right way, instead of just grabbing a wipe, you're sending this really powerful message to your brain, even if you don't realize it. And that message is simple. I am worth this little bit of effort. I matter. And that tiny little shift in your mindset, it can have this amazing ripple effect. It can start to build up your motivation, help you focus better when you're studying. It can even boost your confidence. And it all starts with just one tiny, respectful habit. Look, as a student, you're already fighting so much. You're constantly up against exams, pressure from everyone, and just the weight of all these expectations for your future. It's a battle every single day. So I guess the final question to leave you with is this. In that fight, do you want your daily habits to be on your team, supporting you? Or do you want them to be these silent enemies, just creating new problems that you have absolutely no time or energy to deal with? Really, the choice is yours.